My biggest loser is, I mean, I know my dog's not on here tonight. Not trying to hurt your feelings, my guy.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
are.
with I'm going with I'm going with Las Vegas, man. The Raiders. What the hell are y'all doing? I mean, yeah, I know they fired, McDaniels, and you can say that's actually a bonus for them. But like this year was supposed to be something that Mike was gonna so say celebrate. You got Max Crosby. You went out. You added Jimmy Garoppolo. Got rid of Derek Carr, who you thought was oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna replace him with Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy that got to the Super Bowl. Derek Carr never got you to the Super Bowl. Never got you. I don't think he got a playoff win before. He might have got one, but I don't think he has one.
No, you don't have one.
So they
Let's
thought
go
they
on
was gonna
this
get
one.
something. They went out and got Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams, as special as he is, he was so frustrated the other night because he was open more than a high school kid at a 5A school going up against the 1A school, and Jimmy Garoppolo missed him, and you can see how pissed off he was. I think they should have moved him. I think they should have got assets for him. I think they're basically throwing in the towel. They fired their coach. They're bitching Jimmy Garoppolo. We know Josh Jacobs on a 1-year deal. It's probably a good thing that he's not gonna be there next year. Start over, rebuild. You could have got something for Devontae Adams. Um, I just think it's all bad for the Raiders. I don't think they understand the direction they're going in. Antonio Pierce is going to be their new head coach. I think for the remainder of the year, we'll see what happens with that. But I don't understand why you kept Devontae Adams. He's clearly not happy there, and I feel like you could have got assets for him because you're clearly in a rebuilding stage. This team is not going to be ready to win this year, next year, or the year after that. In my mind, you're in the division with Patrick Mahomes. You're in the division with Sean Payton, who's going to turn Denver around, and you're in the division with Justin Herbert. The Raiders. What the hell are you doing? You're my biggest loser.
Did wait a minute? Did you just say rebuild? How many times do the Raiders got to rebuild their franchise, bro? Like, give it
Okay,
up.
so what? Okay, what are they going? What are they gonna do? They have to
This dude,
rebuild.
this dude, freaking, they have went through nearly 10 offensive coordinators, eight, I think 5 to 8 different head coaches throughout the last 10 to 15 years, man. Like, rebuild. This
They
is a
have to start over.
horrible
Do you agree?
franchise, man.
Do you agree? They have to
Yeah,
start over.
you tried to start over in Las Vegas. That didn't work. And look how long you've been in Las
They have
Vegas.
to start over
Rebuild?
again.
Wow. Go ahead, Yvonne. They are my losers, by the way.
Okay. My loser is Devontae Adams. I'm not even gonna pick a team. I'm gonna pick a player. Dude, what he was so used to Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball 15 times a game, having 12 to 15 targets a game. He must be depressed. And he said the Raiders were his favorite team growing up, and he's from California, and they were his favorite team growing up, and not to mention his co-teammate in college was Derek Carr, and those are the two main reasons he went to the Raiders. And then they get rid of Derek Carr, and now he barely gets targets. He can't get a consistency going out of Jimmy G because he's always hurt. And oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was watching Monday. What he had a 99-yard touchdown wide open, and then he had a 69-yard touchdown wide open, and they missed him both times. If I was a fantasy owner of Devontae Adams, I'd be pissed. And that's why I stayed away from him this year, just because I didn't know what I was getting from the Raiders. So he's a loser because I know he's losing his mind over there in Vegas. And I feel bad for him because he's still in his prime, but he's not even a top 10 receiver this year just because he's not getting the ball enough. So he's my loser.
Yvonne, I don't know what's going on, man, but we agree again, bro. My loser at the trade deadline is Devontae Adams, bro. It was hard watching the game Monday, man. just watching him be wide open and not being seen at all, like he's not even in the progression. It's actually hard watching him, knowing that he's a great receiver. As great as he is, he could probably be the number one, the best receiver in the league if he had somebody to throw to him like he had Rodgers throwing to him all those seasons, man. But that goes again to your decision making. I tell my kids and my students the same thing, man. Life is about decisions. He decided to go to Oakland. He decided to go to Vegas. So he made that decision to go there. He has to deal with the consequences, man. And then you go. Everybody knows the Raiders is where you go for your career to die. I don't care if it's a coach or a player. You go there, a GM, whatever. You go to Las Vegas, you go to the Raiders for your career to be over with. And I haven't seen many make it out of there alive. So Randy Moss made it out. He got.
What about Charles Woodson, man? Charles Woodson had a pretty good career.
Charles Woodson had a better career in Green Bay than he did in Oakland or whatever.
Nah,
so
man,
I don't know. That's he was good. He was good there, but like I said, he actually went back there at the end of his career to die or whatever. So I haven't seen many people make it out of the Raiders for him. Randy Moss made it out. He reinvented himself in New England, and but I just think that that's a horrible organization. And Davante Adams, he made a terrible decision. I think he went for money as well as to hook up with his former college quarterback and to go for the team that he rooted for as a kid. That would be like me going to the Saints. And
wow,
I can't say I wouldn't do that. I can't say if I was a great NFL player, I wouldn't go to the Saints if I had the opportunity to do it. So I can understand why he did it, but that's it. You have to live with the decisions you make, man. So stay your butt over there in Vegas, man, and just ride.
One last thing I wanted to add this and see. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Davante Adams need to get the hell out of there from the Las Vegas Raiders because he might become just like another former Green Bay Packer wide receiver.
Wow.
And that's some guy named X. You know where I'm going with this? And that's some guy named Javon Walker. We all remember him, right?
Don't forget Jordy Nelson either.
No, Jordy. Yeah. Jordy Nelson was towards the end of his career because Javon Walker was still young. That's true. Prime. He signed that big contract, went to the Raiders, boom. Never heard from that guy again.
Hey, but I tell you what, Davante Adams, man, if you really want to play with Carr, we'll take you down here in New Orleans, man.
Hey,
we'll set you right, bro. Come with a winning organization. We'll fix you up.
They got Olave Thomas there.
And imagine putting Davante Adams on the same field with them. Oh, my God.
Okay. All right.